Well, good evening. Hello, everyone. My name's Adam Hems, and I'm the leader of the group here. Many of you have been receiving spam on your personal emails from me saying we're on again over the years in some cases. Who here is first time newbies? All right, actually quite a few newbies. Okay, so my objective this month is not to scare you off and encourage you all to come back. So we also have some familiar faces, so welcome back. It's always nice to see some familiar faces that I've seen many months, have a nice chat. But for the new folks here, I've been running this group since I took it over in 2016 when I joined the group and not much was happening, and I messaged the group runner and he said, "Oh yeah, I moved to Florida. You want to take it over?" I said, "Okay." Sure. There were like a couple of hundred folks, members, and I think they'd all forgotten they joined. And the last meeting was in a pub, I think. So, so I decided, okay, so we've held it here mostly at the Microsoft office because my day job is as a Microsoft employee. I'm an FTE. I'm a cloud architect for Microsoft. I've been doing this since 2015 as well in this role. Joined Microsoft in 2005. So a long time in Microsoft. And the last nearly 9 years of doing nothing but being a cloud architect, so Azure all day, every day, which has been fun and still is, I'm glad to say, because it changes so often, and there's lots of technology, and there's lots to learn, and it's different pretty much every single day, so no day is like the same. I get to chat to people all day about the cloud and how to use it and all those kinds of things. One thing that we don't get the opportunity to do is for the folks that I talk with at individual customers during my day job to learn from one another, because we all see a lot of cloud journeys. You've perhaps been on those cloud journeys yourselves, and they have been in some cases in many years in the running. Azure was launched in 2010. I was there at the launch, and let me tell you, it was tiny. It was nothing. If any of you will remember that far back or used it that long ago, there wasn't much there. It didn't do a whole lot. In fact, it didn't even have virtual machines at launch. Well, not a thing. Most people forgot this over the years. Virtual machines came out in 2011. It was all PaaS and just a few basic services. So it has got a lot bigger since then, and that has involved a lot of cloud journeys for companies large and small on those technologies, which are now long gone. Everything at launch, gone, apart from web apps, storage. I guess those are still around. But the virtual machines that came out in 2011, gone. Those renamed as Classic, gone. So lots and lots of change, lots and lots of new features, capabilities, technologies. Services have come out. Some have come and gone, in fact. There have been services that came out, and then got thrown away, replaced by something else. Lots and lots of change. You're right, Ray. You need some power. Ray needs some power.
No, I got power. I'm good.
Fine. Ray's a long-time visitor, so we give him a hard time.
Yeah.
Ray's always the one who needs this Wi-Fi code up
Yes.
here. He's the one. So this is why it's up there. I was a stickler for not doing that for a while because I didn't want people heads on their laptop. But Ray, thanks to Ray, we have a Wi-Fi kit. Anyway, I'm sorry. I like teasing our long-time visitors. Anyway, I was just saying that there's been a lot of journeys because there's been a lot of technologies, and so this meeting is about community, about learning from other people. Who has been using cloud for maybe 5 years or more? Anyone? Yeah, a lot of hands, right? Okay, there's a lot of experience in the room. Anyone newer to cloud? Some newbies, maybe? Okay, couple of hands who are a little newer. That's normal as well. Welcome to this smorgasbord of technology that is cloud. You can see there's a lot of experience in the room. What about industries? Any oil and gas folks in the room here in Houston? Yep, just only Tony, really? No one else oil and gas? Healthcare being the other one usually? Okay, yeah, healthcare. FinServ, we have a number of FinServ companies. Financial services, yeah. It always surprises people. Financial services in Houston? Yeah. It's quite a lot. It's quite a bit. It's interesting. State and local government actually have, even though we're not, we have some of those sometimes. Consulting, I bet there's some, yeah, okay. Yeah, often some hands for consultants, often have consultants. A warm welcome, a warm welcome. Here, so hopefully you're here to learn. If you're here to learn, you're in the right place. If you're here to be sold to, you're in the wrong place, or sell. Being sold to or sell, wrong place. Here to learn, you're in the right place. That's really what this is, from each other and from our presenters. Often I'll strong arm my colleagues into speaking about stuff that they know, and we have that tonight. Imtiaz, I'll introduce him in just a minute. But some of the best presentations have been members of the community as well, just folks who have joined us, have been along with this journey. So, all right, enough about the history of the group and sort of really why we're here. I'll also call out for those of us in the room, we are sponsored. The pizza that we've all been enjoying, like the pizza? Is it nice? Good? Unhealthy, I know. Why, Adam, why pizza? Can't you have a healthy option? I actually get that feedback quite a bit because it's easier. That's why, frankly, we've tried different things. But anyway, pizza's good and there's usually something for everybody. So, but we need some help with that. Microsoft doesn't cover it. This is not a Microsoft event. In fact, Microsoft Marketing, they paid for the stickers and they let me use the room. But we need help with the food. Different sponsors help out with that. And this month it's Proficient. You can see their logo up on the screen right there. So they are sponsoring. There's no one in the room from Proficient here, but we have Jack online who, Jack, did you want to come offline? Yeah, Jack Bernald. Do you want to say a few
Adam,
words?
hey, thanks.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Adam, thanks. Thanks for allowing us to sponsor you folks tonight, and for this great topic around security. Probably one of the most talked about topics around the Azure platform. Looking forward to learning with you and a little bit about Proficient real quick. Right, a digital consultancy with a global presence. Right, Adam, you mentioned most of our top industries: energy, financial services, and healthcare. Right across the Azure platform. I represent the entire Microsoft stack, and again, we're just glad to be here tonight, helping you guys get a little bit of food in. You get ready to do some community learning and share our experiences together. I don't want to take up too much of time because once again, it is great content, but I'll leave you with my one Microsoft bad dad joke. And, Proficient's here like you all, just trying to work our Azure off and help solve business challenges. So we appreciate you allowing us to come here, Adam, and share with the group.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you for the pizza. Right. You can't see Jack, but there's a pretty healthy crowd here. The less people online, they'll come online, that's it. But yeah, you've fed quite a number of stomachs tonight, so I really appreciate it. Okay, with that, let's move to our presenter, Imtiaz. Do you want to introduce yourself?
All right. Good evening, everyone. First of all, big round of applause for my friend Adam. He has been hosting this session for quite some few years, I think 2016s. And this is a very good way of giving back to community. And because we have been learning a lot from here and there, we have been working with the customers, partners, and so on and so forth. But whatever the work we are doing here, this is purely giving back to community. We are not being paid for this one. And that's why I said that big round of applause to Adam. And thanks, Adam, for having me here. Now, today, we are going to be talking about security. And by the way, I do have some accent. So if anyone is having any problem in understanding me, please feel free to raise your hand. I can repeat that, okay? So in today's session, we are going to talk about the increase of cybersecurity crimes, which is happening in the industry. How industry's digital landscape is increasing. If you talk about your landscape, I mean, we used to work on laptop. Now we have got cameras, we have got refrigerator, IoT device, everything is get connected. So I'll be just giving you a walk through that, how our digital footprint is increasing. And when digital real estate footprint is increasing, definitely it is putting a lot of pressure on the guys who is managing your digital footprint, right? Digital estate. So I'm going to just give you some real industry specific statistics on cybersecurity side. And then I'm going to just showcase you how cybersecurity is becoming a paramount to have your infrastructure, your application, your data should be having inbuilt design, security inbuilt design, and security inbuilt architecture. With that, let me just share my presentation. So I'll be covering two things. Few of the slides I'm going to just cover it to make sure I can set some foundational for you. And then I'm going to take you to the live demo. One of my friend has asked that, hey, it is going to be live demo. I said yes, because some of the things is going to break. That's where you can figure it out that it's live demo. Right. And I think you can get to see my screen. Okay, so as I said that we'll be talking about the cybersecurity world, footprint increasing. If footprint is increasing, definitely we are getting a lot of pressure to ensure that we are going to stay ahead in the game with the bad actors or black hoodies. I keep on calling them bad hoodies, but those are basically cyber criminals. And again, just keep in mind, we have been very good on protecting our IT infrastructure, but when you work in organization, enterprises, your protection does not stay contained within IT. It goes beyond IT. And today's world, lot of OT devices. How many of you know about OT devices? IoT?
Oh,
yeah. IoT is, that's why I started with OT. IoT is well known nowadays. So if you go a little bit back to the manufacturing industry, where you are having a lot of production lines and other things, or even your oil and gas, if you are in oil and gas and a lot of controls, system controls are there, those devices is being called as operational technology devices. And they are also very equally important to be well protected. And I'll be talking about that, why protection of OT devices, IoT devices, EIoT, enterprise IoT devices, and IT devices, all of them are important to us. And how cyber attackers, so okay, I'm just taking one step back. If you are at your home and you have got a lot of devices set up in your home, and if cyber attacker need to get into your home's Wi-Fi, what should be the easiest target for him to get into your home's overall Wi-Fi network? Is it your laptop, mobile?
No.
Probably camera, which is sitting on the backyard, or probably your refrigerator, which has got Wi-Fi connected, which you never bother to change the default password for that. So those kind of things are the weakest link. And these black hoodie guys start from there. And I'll be talking about all those things. Okay, with that, I want to just introduce myself. My name is Imtiaz Ahmed Siddiqui. I'm based out of Houston with Microsoft. This is my 6th year in Microsoft. Overall, I'm born and brought up in IT industry. So overall, 23 years of experience. Prior to Microsoft, I worked with multiple companies, Infosys, Accenture, DXC Technology, and TomTom. How many of have you heard about TomTom?
I love the TomTom. I think it's better than a Garmin. Maps are better. And they're more up to date.
Yeah, so the guys who are at my age or a little older than me, they must be knowing TomTom devices. That used to be our GPS devices, whatever we use now in Google Map. So I worked in 4 different continents. Now I'm calling Houston as my hometown. Academic-wise, I did my MBA from Texas A&M with perfect GPA. I'm Master in Science Computer Engineering. And irony part is that these 2 masters are at the gap of 20 years. So my second master after the gap of 20 years of my first master. As I said, that giving back to community is one of the things which normally we go with the passion, we are passionate about. So if you'll see the extreme right side of the fence, I'm advisory board member to multiple colleges and universities. University of California for their micro MBA program, University of Science and Technology Meghalaya, City Colleges of Chicago, and HCC. So this is what I do whenever I get time. I spend some time with them. Now, with that, let me just roll in 190 seconds video, and which is specifically on Microsoft security before I take you back to our PowerPoint presentation. So just allow me. And my mouse is acting it up, but I can live with that.
In security, being fearless isn't the goal.
Can you hear on that or no? No.
Set your speaker to be.
Yes, and I checked and it was working. Anyway, I think there is some issue on my speaker. So, yeah, so basically I was not on Teams. So let me just go back and see if I can move it here.
Right in front of me. Thanks.
Set the speech as the output.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's the only one I'm having. I checked before that, but anyway, that's fine. I'll come back. So the only thing I wanted to show here that when we talk about cybersecurity, it is a shared responsibility. That is one of the theme I wanted to pick it up, but I'll talk about that. Coming back to my presentation. So here is the situation which I was talking about, that technology environment has never been more complex than today. And if you'll see here, our digital landscape is increasing from cloud services to company-owned device to software as a service, identity. You take the name sensors, your car, a lot of cars, they have got a lot of connectivity with your network, supply chains. Now, as I said, that as these things are increasing, so we are getting more and more challenged to make sure that we have to protect these devices and our network very well. And again, let me just try to take you again to one of the link, and I can show you the live environment. How many of you have ever visited wiggle.com? So this is the live network, total number of networks it is showing in current environment, live map. So if you can get to see here, how many Wi-Fi networks, observations, total Wi-Fi, all those things you can get to see here. It is a full map. And I just try to pull it out, the map nearby our office. And now you can get to see. So this is a real live network map where it is just depicting the total number of Wi-Fi devices and networks are currently available here. And again, the link is wiggle.net, where you can get to see the live network map. And the reason for showcasing is now you can think that, okay, securing such a huge network of devices is how complex it is going to be there. Now, when it is increasing, the number of devices and the technology landscape is increasing, how it is posing the issue for our security team. So as per the report, some of the statistics I'm going to share here, that 76% of organizations said that their security data is increasing exponentially. And when they said 76% of data is increasing exponentially, security data, what does that mean? Means that somewhere we have to ingest those data, we have to carry out some analysis, we have to stay ahead on the curve to ensure that if any threats are happening, we should prevent that. Right? So it is a lot of work on proactive basis. Now, the reason for the data is increasing because we are having too many products coming in the market. Every product is producing a lot of telemetry. while the data, the devices, everything is producing a lot of data, the sophistication of cyber threat is also increasing. So bad hoodie guys, black hoodie guys, bad actors, they are also getting very sophisticated. They are also getting very smart. And again, I'll be sharing some of the stats on that one. And that is putting extra pressure on our cybersecurity operational analyst. And as the data is increasing significantly, if you'll get to see here, Gartner report says that 44% of the alerts are never investigated. Is this a small number? This is a huge number. 44% means almost we are talking about 50% of the data is never, the alerts are never investigated. And trust me, if we leave one alert, which can be causing a significant problem if that is a true event, right? And the reason for these number of alerts which were never get investigated is because of alert fatigue. How many of you know what is alert fatigue? Alert fatigue.
We go through every day.
Yeah. So fatigueness because of too many data we are getting it. Sometimes we get bored to see those alerts and we'll just start skipping or ignoring it. And again, the reason for that, huge volume of data, lack of automation, and again, one data point you can get to see here is that 3.5 million unfilled security jobs worldwide. This is as of 2023, and this is going to increase. And out of this 3.5 million unfilled security worldwide, 500,000 is alone in America. So huge gap. We do have here huge gap. Again, a lot of data is being produced. Number two, because of a lot of data, we don't have too much automation correlation to create the security intelligence graph. Hence, lot of alerts are getting missed out. And in order to tackle all those things, we are having a lot of automation and the lack on the professionals who does carry out this job. So all these things together is creating a lot of challenge for us. Few more data to share, and don't get surprised to see these numbers. So if you'll see the total estimated damage cost because of cybercrime, it is approximately $8 trillion. And this is as of today, 2023. And this is expected to grow to 10.5 trillion in next couple of years, that is 2025. And if we have to compare with any country's GDP, cybercrime is the third number one, US, China, and then cybercrime. So GDP perspective, it is capturing the third place. Now you can think that how much money we are losing because of cybercrimes. And the reason for sharing all these statistics, because we want to make sure you understand the criticality of cybercrimes and what's the best way we should be protecting our digital estate. On an average, in America, every security breach causes $17 million to an organization. And to be surprising, it takes almost 100 days to figure it out whether organization has been attacked or not. And 100 days is too long. I mean, the intruder can do whatever they want to do during those days. Few more is, okay, so one report normally Microsoft publishes every year that is called MDDR, Microsoft Digital Defense Report. So if you'll just go and typing on the browser, aka.ms, which is our short tiny URL, /MDDR, that is Microsoft Digital Defense Report, it will pull it out the latest report for the year. So we just published for the last year, and as per the report, some of the data, again, I'm going to just share here. Every second, almost 1,300 password attacks are happening, 1,287. Okay. And when an intruder get a hold on any victim by doing the phishing attack, it just takes them 1 hour, 12 minutes to get a hold on their private data. And anyway, global shortage, I did talk about 3.5 million skilled labor. We are having the shortage. Few more stats here. In order to handle all these data, let me see if I just missed some more data. Okay, few more data I can just talk about that 50%, 90% of the account which got compromised were not strongly authenticated. Means they were just having single factor authentication. How many of you know single factor authentication versus multi-factor authentication? Perfect. I want to just go 15 seconds. Single factor authentication, login, password, you are done. Second factor authentication, it will text you, it will send you a text message, the code, you have to just take the code. That is just one way. Then you can have authenticator application, you can have biometric and so on and so forth. That is multi-factor authentication. So 90% of the attacks, whatever has happened, they were not strongly protected through multi-factor authentication. Now, definitely, as we are one of the largest producer for a lot of products, IT products, so it gives a lot more responsibility to Microsoft to ensure that our customers are protected very well. Hence, we are providing a lot more security products. If you'll see the number again here, we are helping 860,000 organizations across the world, 120 countries. On an average, we are having 65 trillion signals a day. We analyze and we synthesize the data. Again, 65 trillion signal a day. We synthesize the data to produce the security intelligence graph to figure it out whether that is a valid alert or not. Last year alone, we blocked 70 billion threats with email as well as identity. Only on these two things, 70 billion threats we blocked in a single year. That is a huge number we are talking about. Now, I'm going back to 2013 when I was sitting in a room with the Chief Information Security Officer, and we were about to take the decision for migrating the data center into cloud Azure. And at that time, I was not with Microsoft. I was with the customer where I was just holding the decision. And the discussion was going on that, man, I mean, putting the data in cloud is not going to be secure. Then CISO of that particular company passed the statement that if you think that data in cloud is not going to be secure, we are nowhere to the security of those data centers, whatever they are having the cloud. The next statement was very important. But the possibility of getting the attack on the Microsoft data center or Amazon data center or Google's data center is way more than the attack on our data center. That's the statement. But that doesn't mean that any small data center cannot get attacked. Very simple thing. From Black Hoodie's perspective, whoever can pay to the attackers to regain their business or for their business continuity, they are the target. So don't think that, hey, I have got 5 systems I'm running in my data center. I'm a very small guy. I should not get attacked. That's not the case. As far as I'm willing to pay to continue running my business, if something goes wrong, I'm the target. So that is one of the myths normally organizations are happening, that hey, I'm a very small guy, nobody's looking at me, I should not get attacked. That's not the case. They keep on running their tools, they keep on finding it out the loopholes, they keep on finding it out the vulnerability, and they attack. Okay, I'm just going to give some analogy here. And this analogy is very close to if someone is trying to steal a car. Now, what are the way you means as a bad hoodie, black hoodie, you can steal the car? There are three ways. Either you try to attack the car itself, break in, and get into the car, which is very close to attacking directly to your application, your if any software is there, logic, configuration, hardware. You find the vulnerability, you find the gap in the configuration, and get into that one. The second way is that you can get a hold on the key. So if I can get the key to get into the car, why should I break the door of the car? Why should I break anything on the car? It's far easy for me to get into the car, get a hold on the car by getting the keys. Frankly, if I'm having the key and I have to get into someone's house, it's fairly easy for me to open the door and get into. So that's the way attackers try to attack on the credentials stealing. They try to get a hold on the passwords, tokens, key, and sneak into your system. The third way is that you persuade the driver. You can trick them, you can distract them, and you can, by tricking them, you can get a hold on the system to get into the car. This is very common mechanism attackers are using when they do phishing attack. How many of you have heard about phishing attack? Very good. And how many types of phishing attacks normally intruder use? Anyone? So phishing is very common. They send a very generalized email to a lot of people, and they wait that someone clicks that particular link, whatever they are sending, or they just click on the attachment, whatever they send, and try to do X number of things. Okay, either install the malware software or try to steal the credential if they are asking you to click on the link, and so on and so forth. There is something called phishing and smishing. Anyone has heard about that? Here you go. Smishing means that is coming from SMS, the text messages. I'm pretty sure all of you would have got one way or other some text messages that, hey, USPS is not able to deliver. Can you just go ahead and click so that they can deliver, so on and so forth. Or Amazon has made the payment of this. Do you want to go ahead and approve it or decline it? Those kind of things. The text messages is called smishing. Similarly, the voice call. We keep on getting the voice call. Hey, something has happened. Do you want to just click on this? So these are all the tactics for doing the phishing attack. And there is one more term normally in the industry is being used called whaling. Whale, W-H-A-L-E, whale, the big fish. Any idea what is whaling? Whaling attack.
Phishing on executive.
Exactly. So on those things, what they do, they try to do the phishing, same thing, but in phishing normally, okay, we have got 100 people sitting here, just spread the email to everyone. That's fine, that's normal phishing. But I have seen that 3 members are senior executive. I want to just have targeted attack to senior executive. Hey, this proposal is due for pending, and if you're not going to just make $3 million payment on this one, this is going to be just discontinued or something like that. So they target to senior executives. That's called whaling attack. And one more attack is called spear attack. That is very similar to phishing, but they take the individual's name and send the email to targeted audience with the name and other things, so that you can get to see that, okay, Mr. Imtiaz, you have got this. It means someone knows me. So they get some basic details and they target very specific by names and other details. So that is another kind of phishing attack. So these are all the common tactics. Yeah.
The ones where they send you with another type of, for example, you get a regular A and a different type of A. They try to mix your name in there.
Right.
They try to get you like that these days.
That's correct. So that is called, there is a very specific term. So man at the middle is little different, but whatever they said, they just changed the name of the website and with a special character, or they mimic the website so that when you just come to that website, it looks like that, okay, this is Costco.com, but this is not Costco.com. This is always just, changed with some special characters. Yes. I think I'll be talking about a little bit about that. Man in the middle is something, the communication is happening, and this guy just pops up and steals the data. And they keep on stealing the data. So that is not active attack. That is passive attack. When I say passive attack means they keep on stealing the data by sitting in the middle, and the parties will not get to know that some attack has happened because they are not blocking anything. They are not doing ransomware. They are not asking you to pay. Your site is up, your application is up, your infrastructure is up. They are not doing any DDoS attack. Rather, they keep on stealing the data. And when they have enough data, then probably they can misuse those data. So that is called man in the middle. Okay, so whatever I just showed as an analogy of stealing the car or getting a hold on the car, now I'm going to take you to the enterprise world, and I'm trying to show you how common attack chain happens. Before I talk about these things, if you go a decade back, almost 10 years or 15 years back, we used to come to office. We just log into the system or laptop or desktop, punch in our credential, and start working on there. As soon as we are out of the office, we have no way to access those applications, those machines. So you are pretty much contained in the network perimeter of your organization, right? Talking about 15 years back. So during those days, the security team's job was far simpler because they try to protect their network perimeter, network boundary. And if they protect their network boundary, they are pretty decently secure their environment because nobody is allowed to hop in from outside to do anything. These applications cannot get access from outside. These desktops or laptops are sitting in the organization. But gone are those days. The blast off radius has significantly increased. Nowadays, cloud, things are moving to cloud. Mobile, everything you can work on your mobile devices. Bring your own devices. I need not to worry about only working on my Microsoft laptop. I can log in from my personal laptop. I can start working. I'm working in Microsoft Office, very good. If I'm not sitting here, I can sit from airport, I can sit on a Starbucks, I can work from my home, right? So these flexibility, bring your own device, access your data, your application from anywhere, from any network, and then log in from any devices. Remote workers, work from home. This has basically blasted the radius like anything. So whatever they used to get a hold hand like this for their network, corporate network protecting, that's opened up. And that has again introduced a lot of risk, number one. And number two, a lot of challenges for security team to take care of those things. So here, I'm just going to give you a quick rundown to showcase you that, hey, what's the way common attack happens and how chain has happened when attack is happening. And threat is not just external threat, means the black hoodies or intruder trying to do from outside world. Lot of threats are happening from insider. That's why I'll be covering the external threats plus insider risk, whatever insider risks are happening. So starting from left side is that the easiest target email and collaboration tools, like if you are using any collaboration tool for your teams and other things like Zoom, Teams meeting, Splunk, all those things, plus your emails. Very easy for you to get the phishing email, just like you pursued the driver, get a hold on the key and get into the car. Similar thing is phishing emails, that is very common. Brute force attack, that is another common thing which happens. And then once they get a hold on that one, then they can exploit your devices. And those devices, it can be laptop, it can be any endpoint, or it can be even servers, your database, your network devices, anything. They can exploit that one, they can run the malware on that one, and then they can start sending all the signals and telemetry and data to, that is called command and control, to some system which is just getting all the data. IoT, OT, and EOT, those are all the things are very soft target for intruders to get into your organization. IoT is still better because a lot of security built-in devices are coming, but OT is one of the soft most target for intruder to get into your environment. And by the way, I support a lot of manufacturing customer. I have got 460 manufacturing customers across the America. And I run CISO workshop, Chief Information Security Officers workshop as well. And whenever I start talking about OT, they go deep silent. The reason for that is, now you think the challenge from their perspective. They have got two separate systems working in their environment. One is OT system, which has been running for 2 to 3 decades. They lost the manual. They lost any way of upgrading it, patching it, securing it. They have to take care of those devices. And then they have got their softwares, devices, infrastructure as latest as which got released 20 minutes back on the cloud. Right? They have on-premise, decent enough. They have got OT system, 20 years old back, 30 years old back, and they have got workloads running on cloud. And cloud is very much up to date, right? So now they have to protect their environment, which is 20, 30 years old, as well as latest as it is launched 30 minutes back. So they have got a big headache, and they want to make sure that everything is well protected. And as I said, the black hoodies, they will never target your devices. I mean, I shouldn't say they will not target. The easiest target for them is they can get into somewhere which is least bothered by individual, make an entry, make a lateral movement, get your environment, IT environment, and then continue doing whatever they want to do it. And that's why a lot of manufacturing customers, they keep their OT network separate than IT network. Because they don't want, if someone gets into the OT system, they can make a lateral movement. So they just isolate it. Okay, but that doesn't mean that they got rid of all the security threats. No, think about that. If someone get into OT system and he change your sensor or block your sensor, which is temperature sensor, man, what can happen? That when the HVAC is supposed to get turned on, AC is supposed to get turned on, it didn't turn on. It might blow up your production system. Or if you are in healthcare industry and it has just turned off one of the oxygen generator system, oxygen supply is blocked, right? So these are all the very, very risky thing which a lot of organizations do not focus too much, number one. Number two, they are scared to touch those systems because of the fact they are so old that they don't have any way to upgrade and patch it. And they don't want to bite the bullet because they think that, hey, whatever it is working, let it continue to be working, but that is wrong thinking. I was talking to one of the CISO, and he said that on one of our OT devices, we have got a layer of dust, and nobody is daring to clean that layer of dust. Because what will happen if it shakes and some wire comes out, nobody knows how to plug in back. That kind of systems are running in the industry, and that is posing a lot of risks. Okay, so enough talk on the OT. So they get into OT devices, and from OT, definitely, if they do not have segregation of network, they can easily make a lateral movement and get into IT device, IT network. And when they get into IT network, which is their lateral movement, the next thing what they do, they elevate their privilege. So they came as a normal user and they try to get a hold on domain control and other things. And then they elevate their privilege as an admin privilege. And then they can do whatever they want to do. So this is very easy target for them. The next one is the identity. Identity theft is another important thing, either whether those identities are on-premise or cloud. If they get a hold on those identity, that is your key, the car's key. They can easily get into wherever they want to just go. The next one is, which is extreme on the right top corner, is software as a service. So in the industry, lot of software as a service applications are being used. They are hosting a lot of sensitive data, and that is also a target for intruders. They try to keep on running some code to figure it out if there is any loophole or there is any vulnerability on those software. Again, when they get into that, twofold issue they can cause. One thing is they can steal your data. Second thing is, if identity is same to log in to those software as a service application, potentially they can sneak into your cloud environment or even your on-premise environment. So this, whatever I covered on the top, this is talking about external threat. Now let's look into the internal threats, which is insider risk. So as we focus too much from external threat perspective, sometimes it happens that we miss the internal way of protecting the environment. And that is called insider risk management. So we should be equally giving the importance to internal systems and internal risks. And here are some of the things which we are showcasing. You keep on getting the email from your IT department. They are trying to just evaluate whether you are pretty much well aware of phishing attack and not, you are not clicking the email. So sometimes if you click, they'll say that, okay, this is your first violation you did. And they keep on checking randomly once in a 3 months, once in a month. If you do multiple times, keep on clicking, probably you will be put into some course to take the training and other things, right? And in the middle, if you'll see, I have kept here security information and event management tool, and then security orchestration, automation, and response. So how many of you would have heard about SIM, security information and event management tool? Very good. So this tool, I'll be talking little bit detail about SIM solution, which is our Sentinel. Sentinel is our cloud native SIM solution. So what happens that when I was talking about that the security data is being produced exponentially. And when security data is being produced exponentially, it is not individual human beings' effort which can go ahead, analyze, and try to figure it out that, hey, how many of them are good or bad, or it can pose any risk. So these data get ingested into the SIM solution, and then SIM solution is having a lot of features inbuilt, which correlates the data which is coming from various heterogeneous systems, create a security intelligence graph, and based on the security intelligence graph, it just market that, hey, this seems that low risk, medium risk, or high risk. Like suppose you logged in from somewhere, your identity, security for identity has captured some log. Then through that login, you logged into some system where your identity has never logged into that system. It will try to correlate and see that, okay, this person logged in from Florida. However, he has been logging from Houston, and he logged into this particular system, which he never logged in, there kind of suspicious activity going on this one. So it is going to correlate, which is the data is coming from two different systems, MDI, which is Microsoft Defender for Identity, then MDE, Microsoft Defender for Endpoint, correlates and flash it out, right? So those kind of correlation and security intelligence graphs are being projected and created by SIM solution and give you the alert. Okay, a few more data point here. As I was talking about that, though we are getting a lot of digital footprint is increasing, and the sophistication of attacks are also happening. One more thing to note that the black hoodie need not to be super technical to carry out the attacks, because in dark market, lot of sophisticated tools are available at a dirt cheap price, number one. It is available as a kit, number two. Number three, it is available as a service. You can hire the attackers to perform the attacks. Any idea why these bad guys want to do the attack? Any guess?
Competition.
Sorry?
Money.
Money. Yeah, money is the main thing. They want a return of investment. So if they are going to do something bad, and if they are getting the profit out of their attack, those profit they are going to fuel in for other attacks. So as far as it is profitable for them, they'll keep on doing. So as a security professionals, what's our job? We want to make those attacks harder and harder and harder. We want to make those attacks costlier and costlier and costlier, so that their ROI, return of investment, can reduce. And trust me, if their ROIs are going to be reduced, they cannot keep on running their show, their business, their shop. They have to shut it down. So our focus is definitely we cannot eliminate the cyber attack. It will keep on happening. But we have to make it very tough for them to crack it, make it very costly for them. And that's why defense in depth comes into picture, that every layer we have to put our protection, that if one layer breaks, other layer is going to protect it. Okay, so that is money is definitely number one. What is number two?
Fun.
Prestige, yeah.
Fun.
Competitor, that basically that political. That is another very important thing is, and that is called national actor. So I don't want to talk about anything politics, but I can share some of the stats, what has happened, number of security incident or attacks has happened in first 6 weeks of Russia and Ukraine war. 267 attacks in first 6 weeks. Okay. So a lot of national actors, those are being called as national actor. The bad guy who carry out the cyber attack on behalf of any country, they are being called as national actors. Okay. And that is the second largest reason to go ahead and carry out the attack. And trust me, down the line, whatever the war is going to happen, there is not going to be physical war. There is not going to be nuclear war. Everything is going to boil down to cyber attack, cyber war. If you shut down Delta Airlines for 1 day, what will happen? Significant loss, financial, reputational, and trust as a country. If you shut it down, one of the government department system, what is going to happen? You will be losing a lot of money, reputation, as well as economy is going to go down. So let's look into some of the dollar amount I have mentioned here. So a stolen password, which I was talking about, for $1, you can get almost 1,000 stolen password. And if you want to buy in a bulk, you can get 400 million stolen password for $150. Ransomware kit is available, which is either you can pay $66 upfront, or 33% of the profit once you will get paid by the the person who got it, the organization who got attacked. Okay. Denial of service. Does anyone know what is denial of service? Any guess? Perfect. So denial of service is you are basically you are going to choke the system. You are going to block the system. My system is hosting a website. It has been running. It has been making money for me. As a bad actor, what I did, I went ahead and bombarded with number of requests, so the entire system went down because I put too much load on that particular system. So that is called denial of service. And there is another flavor of this that is called distributed denial of service. So denial of service normally comes from one source to block the system, make the system unavailable. Distributed denial of service is coming from botnet. Multiple system is just keep on putting with the bad request so that your system goes down. Anyway, I'm just leaving this numbers for you to see that how easy and cheaper these services are available in dark market for attackers to go ahead and carry out the attack. Now, enough point on the data points and other things. Now I'm coming back to Microsoft's commitment towards securing our customers, every individual and organization to achieve more, and this is part of our effort. So our product, Microsoft product, is covering end-to-end everything. So if you see from top, that is endpoint. Endpoint means any device, either it is your laptop, server, mobile devices, whether you are running Windows operating system, Linux, OS devices, Mac OS, Android on your phone or iOS, anything. We do provide the protection on that. Then your applications, your workload running in the cloud, data, any data related protection, identity, I have been talking, and email. So as we understand the environment is getting complex, so it is imperative that we understand the view from deepest point of view and ensure that every surface is being protected. So though I was just talking about endpoint, email, identity, data, we want to make sure that it crosses and cover all the surface of, all the layer of that particular view, and it correlates the data, whether it is security related data, whether it is compliance related, identity related, privacy, multi-cloud. It's not only we are talking about Azure. Azure is definitely our cloud baby, but we do provide the protection for the workload running on major cloud provider like AWS and GCP, and I'm going to give you a demo, as well as hybrid cloud. If you are running the devices on-premise, that is also being protected. And at the bottom, you'll see that we are covering almost every possible operating system, whatever is being used in the organizations. Now, I'm pretty sure some of you would have seen this particular slide somewhere where we say that, hey, security is not sole responsibility, either you as a customer or we as a cloud provider. It is a joint effort. So basically, we provide you all the tools, security controls, tools, and capability to help you protect your data, devices, and applications. But it is your responsibility also to leverage or use those security controls and tools and protect your environment. On the right side, you will see that we have been working on-premise, and on-premise was sole responsibility of individual customers or organization, where you have to protect everything, starting from your hardware, which is at the bottommost, your data center, then physical network, physical host, operating system, middleware, runtime, data applications, as well as identity and administration. Everything was your responsibility. But when you move from on-premise and going towards cloud, in cloud normally we do have three flavors: infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. And this, the responsibility for securing your end-to-end stack is moving slowly from you as an organization to the cloud provider. And this is showcasing it, what's the way the responsibility is shifting. So for infrastructure as a system, you need not to worry about securing your data center, physical network, or physical host that you are living on a cloud provider like Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Alibaba, Oracle, whomsoever you are providing. And similarly, if you go as a platform as a service, you are shifting a little more responsibility of protecting the operating system and runtime middleware to them as well. And when you go software as a service, you are just responsible for doing the administration. Rest of the things are being taken care of by the software provider, software as a service provider. All right. This I keep on hearing from a lot of security executives that, hey, I don't want to put all my eggs into a single basket. Definitely, I should not be putting all my eggs into a single basket because I'm carrying it out a lot of risks. And again, I want to share one statistic. As per Gartner report, it turned out to be that every medium organization is having 16 different security tools or products to secure their end-to-end landscape. So what does that mean? That I should be carrying 16 different baskets, and every basket should be having one egg with both hands to make sure that my environment is secure and my egg is not breaking, right? I should not do, right? That's challenging job.
That's crazy.
That's a challenging job. So that's why the first time in the history, we are recommending to put your all eggs in a single basket. But how? This is the way you should be putting it. I mean, take a smart call. And there is a reason for coming it up with the curtains and having a proper segregation of your products. So this is a very effective way of, and trust me, again, I'm not going to just share some marketing data that, hey, if you are going to just consolidate your security product, how much saving you are going to do from dollar amount perspective and other things, because Adam told me not to talk about dollar. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not going to sell any product here, but Gartner did talk about that. And they said that it is significant benefit, up to 60% saving you can have it if you are going to consolidate your security product. Again, don't hang up with the number. Definitely do your research and figure it out what's the best for you. That is number one. Saving is one thing. Then if you are using homogeneous security products, it is far easier to ingest those data into some solution like Sentinel, and it helps creating the security intelligence graph and alerting you much more efficiently than multiple vendors. Number three, definitely maintainability issue. If you got any problem, you have to ensure that 5 different vendors who are providing 16 products should be on the call to figure it out what's the issue. Otherwise, it will start happening like this. Finger pointing. Very easily it goes into this one. But if you are having 1 or 2 vendors, which is the major provider for your security products, it is far easier to do the maintainability on that one. With that, here is our portfolio overview. So we have got approximately 50 product categories to protect all of your digital footprint, irrespective of where exactly you are running your workload, where exactly you are hosting your data, what are all the compliance and privacy requirements you are having. So these 50 products have been bucketed into 6 product families, and it is protecting the workload running on Azure, AWS, GCP, on-premise, and down the line we'll be increasing some other major provider as well. And as I was talking in previous slide, that we are providing the protection for almost all the operating system, major operating system, including Windows, Linux, iOS. I keep on forgetting the operating system, macOS, iOS, Android, all those things. So to start with, I'm just going to go a little faster on this one. So if you'll see on this side, which is purely is on security perspective, we do have our product called Microsoft Defender, and that is another one big category. And under Microsoft Defender, we do have multiple flavors. So Microsoft Defender for Cloud is majorly for protecting it is running on Azure, but it overarch and protect workload running on-premise, Azure and GCP. And then we have got MDI, Microsoft Defender for Identity, Microsoft Defender for Endpoint, Microsoft Defender for Office. So those are all things are being called as Microsoft Defender. So if someone is calling Microsoft Defender, you can think it is having sub-flavor within Microsoft Defender product. And then a Microsoft Sentinel, which is okay, let me just restate this statement correctly. This is first cloud-born SIEM solution. Security Incident and Event System. This is the management system. This is the first cloud-native born solution. And why I'm highlighting this one is that normally every big organization, they do have some form of SIEM solution running on-premise. And as I was talking about, the security data is increasing, means you have to scale out your on-premise legacy SIEM system. And then you have to have your team to take care of scaling it out, up, maintainability, and so on and so forth. Why you should continue to be doing that? Why you cannot just simply offload and let cloud scale SIEM solution, which is born in cloud, should take care of all these infrastructure related to that SIEM solution, so that your security team need not to worry about maintaining the infrastructure for your SIEM solution, rather than the cloud provider should be taking care of those things. So this is at cloud scale. And again, I'll be talking about some data point on that one. Microsoft Intra, this is just new brand name we have brought for identity and access management solution. This is one bucket, and under the hood, there are multiple products under this bucket. This is specifically for identity and access governance and management related product. And then we do have Microsoft Intune. This is for endpoint management. Any devices you are running, this should be the tool which you'll be using to configure whatever the policy you are just putting together. Microsoft Priva, this is for privacy, data privacy perspective, and then Microsoft Purview, this is your data governance and data sensitivity and all those things. And then at the bottom, you'll see that Microsoft Security Expert. So these are basically the human being, the security experts sitting to help you. This is coming as a service, so you can have the retainer. They will be available if your organization got into some problem in cybercrime and other things. You can immediately make a call, and these experts are going to be sitting with you, helping you out to figure it out what's the next step to do. I know that I'm talking a lot of things, but this is giving overarching all-in-one view. So this can be overwhelming. Yep.
So Microsoft Defender comes with multiple products, right? So do you pay for each product for the service within Defender, or Defender has one price?
Very good question. And just if you can allow me 5 to 7 minutes, I'm going to take you to the demo. And in demo, the second thing I'm going to show you the pricing. We want to make sure when you are turning on any service, you should know how much you are going to pay for that. So we don't want to leave anything blank spotted so that, oh man, I turned it on, now I got a bill of $10,000. We don't want to do that. Okay. So I'm going to just show you. But short answer is yes. For individual resource type, you'll be paying. Like if you are turning it on for virtual machine, $5 per virtual machine per month. And that too, it is prorated basis. If you are just running your virtual machine X number of hours, it will be billed per hour. It's not straight $5. Okay. So I'll show you that one.
Well, I have a question.
Yep.
You have in the center of that, you have a security co-pilot. So you're talking AI, some kind of GPT.
Yep.
That's inherently not secure.
because that, sends data to a repository that's available.
All right. So we are going to talk about that one as well. I'll touch base. I'll be finishing with that, but short answer is that whatever the security copilot or any copilot we are talking about, Azure OpenAI, I'm calling Azure OpenAI or Microsoft OpenAI. That data is your data. That we are not going to take that data to train some model. No. That data is going to be contained in your service. That is going to be available only for you. That is not going to be used to train anything else. And I do have one slide, I think I have just put it to make sure, because I know that Security Copilot and ChatGPT is one of the hot topic. And we are going to emphasize a lot of things on Copilot stuff. Security Copilot is one of things which is going to help the SOC analyst, Security Operational Center analyst, in a big way. And I have video for 2 or 3 minutes. If I get a chance, I'll just run through it. Okay, so end-to-end, very simple thing. Whatever I spoke in 4 buckets, protect everything. Whatever is there in digital footprint, we are going to provide the protection proactively. Simplify the complexity, whatever the number of alerts, telemetry we are getting, we are going to just correlate and simplify for you. Catch if anything is missed out. By correlation, if you will see the data individually, probably you are going to miss something. But if you correlated the data, the chances of catching it up is much higher. And while we'll take care of securing your portfolio, you can continue focusing on growing your business. Okay, here is, okay. Again, one statement I'm going to pass, that Microsoft is being named as one of the biggest security product there, and that did not happen overnight. If you'll see the chronology, we started in 2004 working on security product, and this is 2023, and we came up with a huge spectrum of security products. And the bottom circle, if you'll see here, our investment. For last 5 years, we have been investing $1 billion a year on just R&D work on security. And we are increasing this spend 4 times. So on an average, we are going to spend $4 billion a year just R&D on security side. That is our commitment. And it's not like that we are working in silos. We work with our partners, we work with our customers, we work with our government, and make sure that we go hand in hand. One more statement I pass. Let me just see if I can rephrase it correctly. You are smart if you are learning from your mistake, but you are genius if you are learning from others' mistakes. So make sure don't reinvent the wheel. Whatever the threat intelligence database is available, we are not going to reinvent. We are going to look into that, and we are going to extract whatever the detail we can get it. And that is the reason why I passed this statement, that whatever the mistake I did, I learned from this, I'm smart. But I have to look my buddies, my partners, government, and see what all the mistake they did, whatever the attacks they got it, and I want to make sure that I inject those details also to make our environment, our product safer. Okay, so I'm going to go a little fast here because I'm going to spend some time on demo. So I was talking about, now I'm moving the shift a little bit on the cloud, and I'm going to talk about 2 things, Sentinel and Microsoft Defender. This is the overarching picture when you are trying to defend your stuff on the cloud. And with that, I'm going to directly take you to the portal for live demo. No, this is not live demo. This is live picture it is showing. Okay, okay, here you go. And again, I'm going to start from browser itself so that you can get to see this is a live demo. Okay. So I'm on portal. So this is my Azure portal, portal.azure.com. And don't get fascinated by looking these nice dashboard, whatever is coming it up. This is my monitoring dashboard. which I didn't mean to give the demo. I'm going here and I'm searching for Defender. First, I'll give you the demo for Defender, Microsoft Defender for Cloud, and then I'll take you to the Sentinel. So when you come to Microsoft Defender for Cloud, this is the dashboard you will get to see in your environment. And probably you might not see these numbers, whatever I'm showing, because definitely I have hooked it up to Azure subscription. I have got 3 AWS account. I have got 1 GCP project. And you would be wondering why the heck I'm not able to see anything on-premise. So I can talk a little bit on on-premises stuff before I just deep down anything here. So when you are protecting or defending anything for on-premise, normally we do have one service called Azure Arc, ARC, Azure Arc, which is overarching everything. So what it happens that when you do Azure Arc deployment on your on-premise servers, those servers get projected in Azure as it is Azure resource. Okay, and it allows you to carry out some basic administrative functionality to your on-premise servers by arcing those servers in Azure. Just like if you want to do Azure policy management, you want to do some update management, you want to do some RBACing, all those things you can do it from there. So here, those on-premise servers are being projected in one of my Azure subscription. That's why they are not showing separately as on-premise servers. So quick rundown on this dashboard. Here it is on the top, it is showing Azure subscription. And can everyone see, or should I increase the font? Are you all fine? Okay. So this is Azure subscription, and then I have got AWS account, 3 AWS account, 1 GCP project, and if you'll see the total assessed resources are almost 2,650, and there are active recommendations here, and this is new feature we have added that is called attack path. I will show you what is attack path analysis. So this is some cool thing it shows on top. And then here we have got the security posture. And if I am a CISO, Chief Information Security Officer, or if I am a security executive, first thing I should be looking my security posture. The better the number, it means your portfolio is much more secure. So here currently, if you can get to see the security posture, the average out security posture is 36%, out of which Azure is 39%, AWS is 29%, and GCP is 37%. And it will provide you an option and recommendation that, hey, what's the way you can increase your security posture? Okay, I'm going to take you there. And then we do have regulatory compliance. A lot of regulatory compliance normally organizations deal with, either with which is industrial regulatory compliance or government related and so on and so forth. I'll just take a deep down. And here you can get to see some of the newest thing which pops up here. Microsoft Defender for Cloud provides 2 basic capabilities. One is called CSPM, Cloud Security Posture Management. As the name suggests, proactive way of looking the posture, and which is what I was showing. So I want to see when I come to this dashboard as a security executive, I want to see how robust my portfolio is. That is posture management. CSPM, Cloud Security Posture Management. And then second one is CWP, Cloud Workload Protection. That itself is protection itself. And then third one we introduced, I was talking to someone, I think DevOps. In DevOps, we have introduced the DevSecOps. Security is inbuilt in your pipeline. When you are doing the integration, continuous integration, or continuous deployment, it goes and inject the security operations into that, so that it can see that if any password is in your code, or if you are having dependency on the code and code is having some vulnerability, it pulls out all those details. That is the third piece of the puzzle. So first one, I want to just take you to a security posture. And if I go and click on this one, this is going to take me and showcase me what's the way it has captured all the postures. And this is further details. Now I'm interested to see on my Azure side of the fence. I'm going to just go ahead and say that, hey, can you show me all the recommendations, whatever is coming, and what's the way I can improve the security? And this is further deep down on that one. And if you'll see here, it has already bucketed you the number of items, the recommendations in big bucket, and it is providing you that, hey, what's the maximum score you can get? What is the potential score increase if you are going to address this particular recommendation? And how many resources are unhealthy, and little insights on those one. And if you can keep on increasing the individual, it is going to give you further details on that one. Okay, I can talk about one stat on that one. Secure management ports. Anyone? What is management ports? And one statistics I want to talk about. Last year, as per Gartner reports, as per our MDDR report, 119 million servers were attacked because of these open management ports. Here you go. So management port means that you have got your servers running and you left the RDP port, which is 3389, or SSH port, which is port 22, open for your admins to log into those servers. But as you left them open, there's a fair chance that Black Hoodie can also get a hold on those one. So there is a way to protect those, and there is a way that your admin should be logging to those servers. And one of our offering is called Bastion, or you have been using on-premise as Jump Server. So you log into the Jump Server, through Jump Server, you should be just going and accessing it. So anyway, it is providing the recommendation that, hey, you should be closing your virtual machines, all the management ports on your virtual machine. So these are all the recommendations. It is providing a way that what's the way you can increase your security posture. It can give you low-hanging fruit item, which is very easy to fix it. And these dashboards are not static. I can just start going from here and I can just figure it out. Okay, I clicked on this. Management port should be closed on virtual machine. And I want to see how many virtual machines are still unhealthy state. Here you get the list of all those things. And I will say that, hey, I want to go ahead and simply fix this. I can write a logic app, which is the automation. Click on that. It will go ahead and close those open ports. Basically, it will create the NSGs, Network Security Group, and close the ports on that one. Or if I know that these are all my dev servers, I know I left it for a purpose, but I don't want this should be lowering down my security score, I can go ahead and simply say that, hey, I want to exempt it. And while I'm clicking, don't make this as a practice, this should be meant for purpose. You should be providing the details that, okay, you want to just exempt it, for how long you want to exempt, and what is the mitigation plan, all those details, you can go ahead and do it. Once you will exempt it, definitely it will take off from your lowering it down your security score. But again, this is not to be taken it up as a best practice. This is just ensuring that if you have such need, there is a provision for you to do it. Now, attack path gives a way for your security team to find out the low-hanging fruit item and start addressing those recommendations. So here I just clicked, hey, can you just give me all the attack paths? And it listed down all the possible attack paths along with the environment detail. And it also maps to the affected resources. You can get to see it is affected to virtual machine, NIC card, and so on and so forth. So you can just go ahead and, if I just need to see the last one, which is having path counts as 19, I can click on this. It will take me to the overall attack path, and it gives me that through internet. this NIC card, which is the IP address of the virtual machine. This is the virtual machine, and he can go ahead and do something on this one. And again, if you click on all these things, all the details are provided here, so you can keep on drilling it down. You can go ahead and start fixing those issues from there. I think I went too deep. Let me come back.
The questions.
Mm-hmm. Yep, 2 questions.
Yeah. So these are wonderful suggestions and indicators of this keeping postures. There's another view that I see a lot in Azure Advisor.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk a little bit about it?
Yeah. Yeah, so advisor is another, as name suggests. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. As the name suggests, this is advisor feature on Azure portal, which just keep on monitoring your environment and provide the advisory. And this is free service. There's no charges for that. And it provides the advisory on 4 different pillars. I might be forgetting some pillars. One is for security for sure. It just looks and provides some recommendations on security. Second one is on the cost. So suppose you provision a big VM, which is having 16 cores, and it keep on looking and seeing that, hey, in last 1 week, this virtual machine is just consuming 5% of your cores. Do you really need to keep on burning that much amount of money by spinning the 16 cores virtual machine? It will show you that, hey, lower it down. And it will provide you a recommendation that from DS16, go to D4. That should be good enough for you. And by doing this, you are going to save this much amount of money. So all those things is going to be coming as an advisory. Let me just go ahead and, she called out advisor. And advisor. Again, it is just showing the advisor score, so you can get to see the advisor score. And here the cost, it is showing that you are good on 70%. It means there is a potential of saving 30% more on this one. Security-wise, you are just 39%. That is what we saw on Microsoft Defender for Cloud. So it is just pulling it up the report here. Reliability perspective, this is a newly feature added here. Reliability means, again, when we talk about high availability, or overall BCDR, business continuity and disaster recovery. Sorry, I'm getting into infra side, which I didn't mean to go there. But anyway, it talks about that, hey, you are running only 1 server. What happens if this server goes down, your application is down. So it's better to put 2 servers. That is reliability kind of things. And then operational excellence. Some of the things are there you should be taking care of. So basically, in nutshell, it provides you the advisory to you on 5 or 6 different parameters for your team to go ahead and improvise your footprint on those parameters. And if you'll see here, it popped up some saving also here on this. So if you take care of all the recommendation, whatever it is telling you, you will end up saving almost $4,990. That is the recommendation. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so basically, this is advisor in general. It pulls up all the reports from Microsoft Defender for Cloud. Yeah, so it is all whatever you are able to see here. This has been pulled out from there. So 39% you saw here, 39% we saw there. So everything is pulled out here. Normally, this is required for someone who is little at high level. He want to see overall footprint of your overall view of your footprint from all 5 pillars, whatever I was showing. However, Microsoft Defender for Cloud, the security guy is not worried about too much on the cost. Whether I'm running a big VM or a small VM, that is not security team's problem. Security team want to just have head down on their securing their workload. So that is very specialized for your SOC team or security team. This is for a broader perspective, your admin, the guy who is writing the check, he can look into that. They can come into the advisor, or enterprise architect can look into that, who is responsible for making sure that overall footprint is in good shape. Okay. This is free.
actually that some of these recommendations it won't allow you to create.
Yes. Yes, very good point. Hey, I'm the new guy. I have my budget of $5,000. I don't want my admin by mistake should also be spinning a big VM so that whatever the $5,000 I have got the budget that should spin up finished in 1 week. I can restrict that, hey, only you can spin these SKU of VM. You can spin these VMs only in this region, South Central region. All those things, policies are there. And that is one of the recommendation we provide as part of cloud adoption framework. On the security side also we do have, like, I'm just going to create a new subscription. By default, I want to turn on the Defender. I want to make sure that the MD agent should be installed as soon as one virtual machine is being spun. So I need not to go and reactively find it out those recommendations. Rather, proactively, I push that as soon as new virtual machine is created, the management port should be closed. Those things, yes. Security policies, I can just give you a quick rundown on that one. Sorry, I'm just going to show you the cost piece before I just go and take you to the security policy. So whenever we are going to turn on Microsoft Defender for Cloud, it gives me this view where I'll be making a selection that, okay, for what subscription I'm going to turn it on. You can turn it on at subscription level, or one level above subscription is called management group. Again, I'm not going to get into that, but you can think of collection of multiple subscriptions. And I selected one subscription where I intended to turn it on. Now, when I'm coming here, it is going to show me that in this subscription, and again, this is a la carte. You can turn it on whatever you need. It's not like that by default, turn it on for everything. So here, if you can get to see, this is CSPM, Cloud Security Posture Management. You can turn it on, turn it off. And then on the resource-wise, for production-wise, here is servers. It can upfront show you that how many servers are going to be affected when you are going to turn it on, and what is the price per server per month. Plan 2 is $15, plan 1 is $5, and what is the current status. And this goes service by service. Definitely, I'm not paying for this subscription. That's why I turn it on everything. I don't care. If I'll get the bill, I'll just route it to Adam, and I'll say that, hey, Adam told me to demo it. No, this is our demo subscription, and purposely we turn it on everything so that we can just generate a lot of data to showcase. But if I'll go to my personal subscription, which Microsoft has given, I don't get that much luxury there, right? So short answer, you will get upfront notification here that if you are turning it on, how many resources are there in that subscription, and per resource, how much charges you can anticipate you are going to get billed. Now, I can show you a little bit on regulatory compliance perspective. We, by default, provide one benchmark that is called Microsoft Cloud Security Benchmark. That is the bare minimum benchmark we are having. And we just capture our compliance over a period of time. So if you'll see the compliance over a period of time, you can get to see here, we have already created something that is called workbook. I hope it loads. Come on. I think I have selected a lot of workspaces. I should have been selected only 1 or 2. Yeah, it is pulling it up from everything. Where is my workload? Anyway, let it come. And I have got this one. Is there anything on this one? Okay, nothing came up here. Oh, no, something here. Normally when you do demo, it fails. Whatever the prep you do, it does fail sometime. But I'm hoping that it is going to just pull it out. what I'm trying to show here is that I want to see my compliance over a period of time. Okay. And this compliance, I have turned it on almost 30 different compliance. Security compliance, whatever the benchmark we do, and then regulatory compliance. We have got some government compliance, and now you can get to see all those compliance score over a period of time. And you can make a selection, and you can, this is for GCP, this is for AWS, GCP CIS 1.2.0, AWS PCI DSS, which is for credit card and other things, all those things you can get to see. And then here, it shows that how many controls passed, percentage passed, and what is the change in last 7 days, and I think 30 days as well. What does it mean? Okay, so I'm going to just show you. So this is our default Microsoft Cloud Security benchmark. And you will see that it is bucketed into, let me just collapse it here. It is bucketed into 8 or 9 different controls. Okay, and these are all the buckets. Network security, identity management, privileged access, data protection, so on and so forth. And if you want to go and get to see individual, definitely you can expand it here. And for every individual control, it is going to pull it out, all the details that, okay, based on these things, what is your current assessment? And this is again, all the dynamic. Here, if you'll see that subnet should be associated with network security group. And it says that 29 out of 52, total subnet it has found 52, 29 failed here. And again, if I click on this, it will take me to the subnet. It will provide me recommendations, steps, and if there is any easy, quick fix, it will provide a blue button, quick fix. But I highly recommend don't just go ahead and click on the quick fix, because if you're doing that, it might block some port, which will block some applications. So though it is very intuitive that I go ahead and tempted to go ahead and click it, but never do that. Because what will happen? It might block something, your business will be down. So always discuss with your application team and infrastructure team before you just go ahead and block anything. Okay, I showed this. One more thing, good thing is that if your boss has asked that, hey, I want some report, compliance report, you need not to create the report. You just simply select that, hey, whatever the compliance report he's asking for. Suppose he has asked Microsoft Cloud Security Benchmark. I went ahead and I say, yeah, go ahead and download it for me. It will create in 30 seconds, probably not even 30 seconds, a good fancy report for you to share with your boss. So whatever you have been creating, a lot of SOC team does this, so they can figure it out. Okay, yes, man, this is a cool thing because I need not to do anything. It's readily available for me. And this is not just one thing. If you are going through some audit process and you need to download some reports, you can definitely go ahead, and a lot of audit reports are available handy with you, like Azure 2021 IS, Safeguard Cloud Computing Notification, ISO report. You can, everything is handy with you. PCI report, SOC report, industrial and regional report, all those things are available on your fingertip. Now, we by default provide almost 30 to 35 regulatory compliance policies, but that doesn't mean that you are married to only those compliant policies. You can bring your own policies. So if you are very specific country, you are dealing with Nigeria, they do have some specific requirement for oil and gas. That is not out of the box Azure is providing. You should be able to go ahead and add it here. You select and add it, it should be able to provide you adding those reports. I'm running a little low on time, but still I'm just trying to cover as much as I can cover for you. Okay, so this was primarily I did talk about mostly from proactive posture management perspective, some recommendation which you can follow to increase the overall security posture for your environment. Now, I'm going to take you towards workload protection. So where the actual protections are happening for your workloads. So I was talking about Microsoft Defender for Cloud, 3 things. One is proactive posture management, that is CSPM, Cloud Security Posture Management. Second thing is workload protection, which the view I'm showing, and then I'm going to take you a little bit on DevOps side, which is DevSecOps. So here is the current protection. It is showing nice dashboard where you can get to see that, hey, how many of the workloads are being protected. Okay. Now, if I go a little down, which is the advanced protection, and it is doing the vulnerability management for your virtual machines, and it is giving you some statistics. Just-in-time VM access, just-in-time VM access. Anyone want to take a guess what is just-in-time access? Right. So one of the major problem we have been having, that individual or admin go and place a request, approval request that, hey, I need my privilege to access this particular server. Access has been granted. He has been allowed to access the server. But how many times someone goes back and check whether this guy did his job and I have to just close that port or take out his account from accessing that server anymore? Now it doesn't happen. Whoever got the access, he got it forever, right? So that is called standing access. You got the approval, you have been added as admin to the server, nobody is bothering to go ahead, review your access and remove it, even though your job is done. Just-in-time access is exactly for that. Least access, whatever the bare minimum access you require to carry out your activity as a privileged user, and time bound. So after X number of hours, your permission is all automatically removed. That is just-in-time access. And then adaptive application control. Adaptive and application controls means your servers are running applications, list of servers, and it learns by using the data point, machine learning algorithm is running, and it learns, and if it finds some new software has been deployed or installed in the system and the rest of the operating system has not, it is going to notify you. That is adaptive. Hey, something weird I have seen or something new I have seen, it notifies upfront so that your admin or your SOC analyst can get to see and they can figure it out. Sorry, it's on virtual machine servers. Adaptive application control. Yeah. Similarly, adaptive network hardening, network side. If it sees something new, change has happened on your network, it is going to notify. If those changes has happened across the board, probably still it is going to notify, but chances are, oh, some deployment has been, it seems genuine, or it does security intelligence graph mapping, and if it finds that it seems relevant, probably the priority is going to be lower it down. What is that? Oh, so that is on security posture. When I showed that where you are turning it on one by one, there itself automatically it get turned on. Yeah, from there, yes. Let me just. It does behind the scene, does the installation of agent for you. Yeah. I was just trying to go and see. Yep, yep. Yeah, and so currently it is showing some of the things here. I was about to, oh no, I was about to go to file integrity management, FIM. Similarly, for a SQL server, we have Arc-enabled SQL server. The servers running SQL, but they are not on Azure. That is called Arc-enabled. And this one is file integrity monitoring. So what it does, if it finds any changes, change means addition, deletion, modification on the file on the server or on the registry on the server, it is going to just pull it out and show it to you. Oh, it has already pulled out. So here, it shows that how many workspaces I'm having, and I can get to see my workspace, CyberSoc. Potentially, it is going to just pull it out and give me the laundry list of total number of. So here you see, this is the list of servers, total 33 servers, total changes, 566 files, 0 changes on the files, but a lot of changes on the registry. Okay. Similarly, you can get to see file changes, no registry, and so on and so forth. And again, if you just click on that, it is going to pull it out the detailed report by firing the query and pulling it out that, hey, what all the changes has happened. So it can be very handy for your SOC team to go ahead. Like this query, I did not build it. This query automatically that built and pulled out the report for me. Now I can get to see here that, okay, this registry removed, added, and blah, blah, blah. And I can start from 2030 rather than starting from ground zero.
Certainly makes sense to do that for things like registry. But the data itself, if it's an active database, the data is going to change.
Yeah, data can be changed. And that's why this FIM, that is called File Integrity Monitoring, this just covered the file changes and registry changes. This is not data changes, file changes.
Not the data, it's.
No. This is a file. That's why it's called FIM, File Integrity. And file, the reason why it's pulling it out, the file changes as well, because on normal servers, you don't expect a lot of changes on the files, right? You can expect on endpoint devices like my personal laptop and other things, but not on the server. If it has happened, it is going to pull it out, you can ignore. If you think that, yeah, this is genuine, you can ignore. Yes. It is going to give you laundry list of all the software which is already having. It is not going to flag it out based on its learning that, yeah, the software has been running for 30 days, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 1 year. It is not going to, as soon as it finds a new software has been installed, it is going to notify you.
Would this work with on-prem?
Yes, this is for on-prem. So on-prem, the way it works is that first you have to project those on-prem server to Azure. So it will be considered as Azure server. That's why Azure Arc I was talking about. Once you arc it, it will be treated as your Azure resource, though it is on-premise. And basic management, all these defense mechanisms you can do for your on-premise servers as well.
Can you run on any server, any flavor of the OS?
Yes, we do have, I think 2012 R2SP1 is the minimum one. Yeah, 2012 Windows Server 2012 R2SP1 is the minimum one. And similarly for Windows, yeah. And similarly, we do have the list of all the operating system, Linux side, all the flavor of Linux and Windows and even Mac OS, yeah. So we are having, I don't remember on top of my mind, but we do have listing for that. Okay, and this is our network map. So again, what it does, it just pulls out all your network topology, and it is going to flag you out that, hey, it seems I have seen some problem here. So wherever you will see a red icon, it just shows there that there is some problem. And the zone also, you can make a selection. You can say, hey, first I want to see my internal network before I go ahead and make internet facing. As soon as I turn off internet facing, it reduces. And as soon as I'm going to turn on internet, it is coming way more than whatever I was supposed to see. And here also, I want to say that, hey, I want to first attack on high severity. It has pulled out on the high severity. And now I want to just go ahead and do deep down on this one. High severity, this is resource group, this is virtual machine, operating system, IP address, network security groups. And here at the bottom, it is telling me the problem. What's the problem I'm having? And all the recommended list, all network ports should have been restricted on NSG. We have seen this on the recommendation somewhere when we were just looking the laundry list, but now I'm looking from network, because if I'm network security guy, I should be getting into attacking these recommendations from here. That's why it is pulling it up here as well. And again, if I click on this one, it is going to take me to that particular virtual machines on a NIC card, and it is going to tell me that, okay, go ahead and here, the recommendation steps. It is going to tell me that, hey, what all the recommendation steps are there. Take an action, fix it. Again, don't do it until unless you are not talking to your owner of that particular workload. IoT security is another big topic, and normally we are having Microsoft Defender for IoT itself. I cannot cover on this one, but that is a huge topic because lot and lot more IoT devices are happening. So basically we are calling as EIoT, Enterprise IoT, where we'll be covering all the IoT devices in enterprise world. Quickly, I can take you to the DevSecOps. This is our preview feature. And what we do, we provide the defense for two products, DevOps perspective. One is Azure DevOps, another is GitHub. So on the GitHub, we already have GitHub Advanced Security to protect our pipeline, the code, secrets, keys, dependency. If they are using any dependent software, it goes and scans through, find the vulnerability from there. And similarly, it does for DevOps. So all code scanning and other things it does, and it provides all the vulnerabilities. Like here, if you get to see, it is providing the OSS, open source systems vulnerability. Normally, that is one of the part people keep on missing because today's world is open source world. Everyone go and put their codes in GitHub repository or any open source repository. They consume a lot of libraries from open source. They don't have visibility on those one. This product goes beyond that and check it out if it finds any OSS vulnerability. Infrastructure as a code scanning vulnerability, if it finds total number of code scanning, all those things it pulls out and show it here. Now let me take you to some good workbook. So this workbook is basically a well-written dashboard for you, which you can start using from day one. Again, no pricing tag for this one. For an example, if I want to see that, hey, how my posture management look like over a period of time, just like I showed the regulatory compliance, very similar, it is going to showcase you the posture. It is increasing, decreasing, and other things. That I already showed. I don't want to stick to that one. I want to show something good. Workbooks. I am in my environment and I want to see the coverage. I want to see that, hey, what are all the subscriptions are being covered by my Defender products. So here it pulls out the dashboard and it tells that, hey, these are all the subscription, Defender CSPM, where it is turned on, turned off, servers, app services. So here on this one, again, your security team can take a look and can get to see a single glance view for overall coverage from protection perspective. DevOps security. This is what I was just talking a little early. Yep. So this is pulling it up a good report. As I was talking about DevSecOps, so this pulls out a whole bunch of things for you. If any secrets found, which should not be there in your code, it is going to pull it out here. You can get to see that it seems that one potential secret, which is unhealthy, all those details. And again, you keep on clicking and it will bring you all the details about that. So this is secret. And similarly, if you go to code, now it is finding it out all the code and related vulnerabilities count by repositories. On individual repository, it is going to find it out. And you can click on individual and it is going to filter it out for you. So in nutshell, this is a dashboard for your DevSecOps, and from here you can start deep down from here and reach out to your code directly. That's the way. That is the purpose of this one, and you should be having the security inbuilt in your DevOps. So it should not happen that you did the continuous deployment and then you are running the tool and figuring it out what's the security vulnerabilities, loopholes you are having. Rather, You can embed the security in your pipeline. It should block it there itself rather than doing the deployment. So all those good things are here. And definitely, I mean, I'll be leaving up to you whenever you get a chance, log in and try to explore some of the things here on Microsoft Defender for Cloud. With that, we have just 5 minutes, Adam. So
Keep going.
keep going. Perfect. As far as they are not just leaving the room, I am good to go.
That's what we know.
Okay.
Or if they start throwing things.
I brought my helmet. So I'll just put my helmet.
He's got Windows security.
Helmet security, cyber security. Okay, so now I'm just flipping. I'm not going to go that deep down on Sentinel. So don't get confused. Microsoft Defender for Cloud provides the security posture management. It provides the protection of your workload running on Azure, GCP, AWS, on-premise, all the protection, and then DevSecOps, right? Sentinel does not do any protection. Sentinel or any SIEM solution in the world, the main purpose of SIEM solution, SIEM stands for Security Incident and Event Management Tool. It is event management tool, means it ingests the data from coming various system, whatever is producing the security data. It takes, ingest, it marries the data, apply the intelligence, create the security intelligence graph, and then it can showcase you that, hey, out of these trillions of events, whatever I have received, these are all the 18 potential threats you are having in your environment. And let me see if I can pop up one is very good slide. Yes, so I think this one I should be just bringing here. That's the way it does. So if you see here, it has got 300 billion identity logins, 4.1 billion Office 365 actions, 3.2 billion Azure admin actions. And then it identifies the anomalous behavior and detection by applying a lot of algorithm and other things. It reduced to 28 million, 20 million, 2 million. Then it converted into intelligence security graph. Everything turned out to be 320 subgraphs. And then based on the scoring mechanism and machine learning further, it turned out to be just 18 cases. This cannot be done by normal individual human or group of human people. It must need to be done by machine because the security data, whatever is being generated is in petabytes, and soon you will be hearing the zettabyte.
Yes, that's a lot of data.
A lot of data, that's correct. And so Sentinel, when I was talking about Sentinel, Sentinel is meant for this purpose. Sentinel is meant for ingesting all the data and then do the correlation. So correlation, two perspective. One is definitely it is narrowing it down, funneling it through to limited set of cases, which is relevant, number one. Number two, if you look the data coming from one system in silos, probably that might not be sufficient enough to figure it out whether there is any threat or not. But if you correlate the data coming from various heterogeneous system, then okay, Mr. Jeff logged in from London on this device is causing problem. Yes, sir. Depends from where you are. So this identity login, it can be any identity, on-premise Active Directory, Azure Active Directory, it can be anywhere. Office 365 action, this is not Azure, this is Office 365 covering your SharePoint, Teams, blah, 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 whatever it comes. This is the Azure stuff primarily. This one is. Yeah.
We have like thousands of Azure alerts. I mean, we have configured separately.
Yes, and
Access point, which is stored all the
right.
If there is a civilian,
Yeah.
sorted by civilian, still it's
There's still a lot of things, and that's why the alert fatigue come into picture. Sorry, my pronunciation. But we're gonna make sure that we should not overwhelm with a lot of alerts to SOC team. that they can start ignoring the threats. It can happen that hundreds of alerts they ignore perfectly fine, but one alert can cause significant damage because that is the true one, right? Yes, I understand. And that's why we take SIM solution, which is our cloud-born Sentinel SIM solution is very important for us. Again, I wish I have another couple of hours to go ahead and do deep down on Sentinel, but I'm just going to leave this here with some of the dashboard and some of the connectors. Again, in legacy SIM solution, in order to connect to multiple downstream system, you have to spend significant amount of time. And it can vary from an hour to a month to connect one system to ingest the data. By default, we are providing almost 100 plus connectors with a very heterogeneous system, and that list is increasing day over day. So if I go there, let me, before I go to connect, I can show you with that. I want to just finish that. Again, I'm going to show you some workbook on the logins because you brought the logins, and I hope I can get some workbook which is giving me the logging details. And you'll be amazed to see the kind of details it captures and produces the data. Come on, it was not that slow. And log on or Active Directory. App Insight is also feeding the data. Yeah, those are all the system which feeds the data. I think I have logged in few days back, so to sign in Active Directory. I keep on forgetting. Watch out. Oh, no. Now you can trust that I'm doing live demo and on the fly. Okay, I did not prepare for this one, but I'm trying to do it on the fly. That's why I'm struggling to find out something. So what I'm trying to pull it out, Azure AD sign-in logs. Okay, it is going to pull it out all the details from Azure Active Directory. The number of sign-ins has happened, and now you can get to see the amount of details coming here. All sign-in, which is 333K on my Azure Active Directory tenant, success, failures. From US, maximum is from US, which is almost 125,000. The city, Austin, Dublin, and blah, blah, blah. All those details, failures, success. And I keep on going. Sign in by device. It is coming from Windows 10, rich client 4 point, blah, blah, blah. And again, I can filter it down further. It can keep on taking the further details on that one. Conditional access. How many conditional access? Conditional access is again, if it finds that, hey, there is some problem, or I find that this guy is logging, there might be some issue, I'm going to challenge him further that, hey, just provide that text message, whatever I have sent it. So all those details and recent sign in, you can get to see. So whole bunch of things. This is again, it is already ingested in Sentinel, and Sentinel is producing the data for doing the intelligence graphing for you. I wish I can show you one more thing. Incident. Yeah, so it has a lot of things, a lot of intelligence built, plus we are having the threat intelligence databases, not only our own, we do have Mystic, Microsoft Threat Intelligence Center, plus we import the data from our partners' threat intelligence databases as well. And we allow you to bring your own also. If you are having some threat intelligence database which you want to import here in the system, it is going to import. Then whatever the threat intelligence database it is having, data coming from various heterogeneous system, does a lot of correlation, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and then it does a lot of things are there. I don't think I know all the algorithm. It is under the hood. I just showed you that PowerPoint presentation, what's the way it does, but under the hood, frankly, even product team cannot give us the details. I'm just going to take you to one of the incident. Yes. Oh yeah. This incident I can show you, and it provide. So this is live demo. See, connection failed. Okay, and when I'm going to go to this incident, you can take certain action as one. You can assign this incident to some owner and change the status, severity, so and so forth. You can get to see the number of evidence. It seems that in order to raise this incident, there was 21 events, 21 alerts, and that has caused this incident to come up. I keep on going. It is providing a lot more details at the bottom. And investigate, I wanted to show this investigate stuff, which is turned off because includes entity for this investigator requires that your incident. Okay. Anyway, there would have been some investigate as well. I'll try to just pull it out the details. And then it provides the chronology of the event, that, hey, what's the way the number of events came. So just keep in mind, event is something happened. That is event. One alert came. Now, whether that alert is good enough to go ahead and create an incident, answer can be yes and no. If that event is very sensitive and high severity, probably it will be good enough to go ahead and cause and raise the incident. If not, then you try to see similar incidents keep on coming, and probably multiple events can force the system to create the incident. And here in this case, it was 21 such event came, which has caused system to create an incident for you. And this is all the chronology it is giving, and list of all the incidents and other things. Let me go back and see if I can. And trust me, it is going to be my last one. I keep on boring you. I just wanted to show you the graph. Oh, here you go, in the investigate. I hope this pulls out some good graph for me. Here you go. So this is the correlation it did. It pulled out the system from multiple things, and it is saying that, okay, these are all the entities involved, and it is giving the IP addresses. And if there would have been some actor, it would have just given those actor as well. This selection contains 56 entities. So there are 56 entities involved for system to go ahead and create this particular incident. And again, if I click on this one, it is going to just show me all these details, entities, insights. There is no inside entities. I think it is going to pull it out all these entities. So you can get to see, if I just mouse over on individual, it is just telling me all individual stuff. And if I click on anyone, it is going to just pull it out some further details. So in summary, it is keep on going, and it will keep on bringing everything for you. Very intuitive for SOC team. SOC team need not write any code for this. They can start nailing it down from incident, events, all entities, on entities, number of processes involved, which processes would have caused the problems, all those things. In a nutshell, SIM is your solution where you ingest the data and then it will do the job for you, a lot of things. And security Copilot is going to make the life easier. It will carry out some more analysis, whatever it does, and it will just add as a virtual SOC analyst and provide some recommendation to SOC team. So when the human is coming as a SOC analyst, it will get some of the details already pulled out by ChatGPT or Security Copilot, so that they can start from not from 20, they can probably start from 50, because a lot of details it has already pulled out for you, sir.
Capabilities to automate some.
Yes. Yes. So we do have a lot of orchestration here, where, again, why automation is required. I keep on getting the incident. There is a fair chance that I keep on getting the similar incidents. So if I keep on getting the similar incidents, there is a fair chance I can go ahead and automate that process. That, hey, if this kind of incident come, go and do this activity. So that I need not to do as SOC analyst, I need not to do a clerical job. Hey, I got this instead, I just go ahead and act on this one. Rather, let system should do all those similar kind of job and free up my time as a SOC human being to stay focused on a thing where as a human I should really need to be focusing. So it provides the automation. Yes, so Sentinel is our SIM and source solution. And let me just go ahead and show you my mouse. It's acting on me, no. I'm going back to my incident and I selected on one of the incident. And then I'm going to say that, hey, do some action on this one. So here I can carry out multiple action and some of them are the SOAR capability. Investigation, definitely whatever I was doing, that was investigation. I can hook it up some playbook. I can hook it up some automation rule directly from here, and it is going to automate on this. And then down the line, if it is going to get similar incident, it is going to be automatically picked up based on those particular rules. So these rules you can automate and they'll be acting as a SOAR capability. With that, I'm 10 minutes over. Sorry for running a little over. I get so passionate about my security products. I want to make sure you all can learn a little more than whatever I know. So my apologies in advance. Sorry about that.
Questions? You want to wrap it?
Yeah.
Any questions before we wrap it?
Do they have this on online class or cert for it right now?
Yes, so we do have a certification. So the basic one, I would be starting with fundamental, so SC 900. And then once you are done with that, and when I'm calling SC 9, this is security certification, not AZ. AZ is Azure. And then you can go for a target for SC 100 and SC 200. Those are all good certifications. Regarding course, one of our buddy, his name is John Shavel. He produced a lot of videos on YouTube. Search for John and pull it out. I watched few of his video on security. It was simply awesome. And he created the video even targeting the certification as well. So you said it was SC 100 video or guide, John Shavel, Savill.
Saville, yeah, John Saville.
Saville. Yeah. He's based out of our Dallas office.
He's out of Dallas.
He's out of LL.
John Saville, Saville. Yeah, he's on YouTube. He has a very popular YouTube channel, which he does in his spare time. That's his, like, this is my hobby. His YouTube channel.
He has got two hobbies. Either he goes to gym and build his body.
Yeah, he does. Oh, that's his other hobby. Yeah, Ironman competitions. Winning Ironman competitions is another of his hobbies. Oh, build Azure. He could lift servers for fun. Any more questions?
He's the guy.
Oh, you're just gonna look him up. Yeah. Yeah, there he is. That's
He is the guy.
That's John.
John Saville, Savill.
Yeah.
And very good videos. So if you want to target some certification, he has already produced the videos for certifications. Oh, a lot of things. Yeah, you'll be finding a lot of things for him.
He's an infrastructure, Azure infrastructure CSA professionally, his day job. So he does lots of Azure infrastructure videos. He's great. Any more questions for Imtiaz before we let him go? Last chance. Oh, good. Did anyone learn anything?
Oh, a lot. This
right.
was intense.
Okay, good. Yeah, we got some positive feedback online as well. So
Okay. And my apologies, I was going a little fast because too many things. I was trying to crunch it. So I understand sometimes it gets overwhelming. Normally, I run 8 hours full day workshop for CISOs. That goes very smooth because we are having 8 hours. But here I was trying to just give some more items.
Yeah, it was intense. Well, thank you, MTS. Appreciate it. Thank you all for coming out. So next month we have our speaker is going to talk about, MTS mentioned Azure Arc, ARC, Azure Arc, as in the shape Arc, which is a service for bringing non-Azure virtual machines, SQL Server. Okay, that's going to be the topic. What can you do with it? How do you use it? VMs, Linux, Windows, SQL Server, Kubernetes has a lot of capabilities for bringing in services and posing them in Azure, which, as you saw, lots of use cases, including the security ones MTS showed. All right, thanks everyone for coming out. Please take some pizza. We've got some left, and hope to see you all next month.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nitin. Thanks, Adam. Have a great evening, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.